Good evening to everyone. This is the second video I make about the West Memphis 3 case, and this time I decided to talk about a site that deals with this episode of Black Chronicle. The site is www.westmemphis3facts.com, and allow me to read the first lines. If you are reading this website, you have probably spent a few hours watching one or more movies, documentaries about this case. You may have read one of the several books about the murders. Maybe you have read some of the thousands of newspapers and magazines articles about the case. Nearly all of them are biased toward the supposed innocence of the West Memphis 3. You can read this entire website in about 30 minutes. Please take that brief time to educate yourself and so on. Well, so the site starts with two assumptions. First, that next to everyone that is interested about the West Memphis 3 case is quite ignorant of how things went, and that almost everyone is biased, and almost every source that we have at disposition is biased toward the presupposed innocence of the West Memphis 3. Since I spent some time in conversation with the admin of the Facebook page that is linked to this website. I had the occasion to see with my own eyes that is really persuaded that everyone which is not pro guiltiness of the West Memphis 3 is an ignorant. He makes no effort to hide his ideas on that topic. Actually, I noticed that he calls almost everyone that writes here on that page and is not a culpabilist. He calls everyone an ignorant, and he starts immediately by writing, you documented yourself on those biased docu-films, but you don't know the facts, and blah blah blah. Well, it's quite an annoying behavior to presume that everyone that doesn't share your ideas is an ignorant, but that's not a big problem, come on. Since it's not a long reading, I have spent these 30 minutes and even a few more reading that website, and most of those facts that should hypothetically lead to persuade someone about the guiltiness of the West Memphis 3 are quite ridiculous. Some are even pro-innocence more than pro-guiltiness. So I thought I may make a short commentary of some or maybe all these points. Well, in the next video I shall begin by commenting the many facts, so-called facts that are listed on the website, but there is one more important thing I want to clarify. Actually, I'm doing that just for fun, just for love of information, love of dialogue, because I can't change the fact, the only true fact, that three guys were sentenced to more than 20 years of 20 years of prison without their guiltiness having been proved, that they have been sentenced by a court that I could legitimately call a kangaroo court, that they were betrayed by the justice system of Arkansas, a state that I must remember is the only state where a declared atheist cannot even testify in court, since his witnessing is not considered valid because he can't swear on the Bible. Well, he can, but since he declares he don't believe he don't believes in a supreme authority, his witnessing is considered false. Also, Arkansas is one of the 7 United States that does not allow any declared atheist to hold public office. So it is just a little biased place to be put on trial if you are a declared atheist, or even worse, a declared Satanist, occultist, or neo-pagan. That is the fact. We can't change anything about what happened. We can't change anything about 3 murdered children that never had any kind of justice. We can't change the fact that the wrong people were put in prison without a shred of real evidence. For love of honesty, I should simply ignore most of the facts, so-called facts listed on this website, because the only thing that is very important is the section about evidence, because everything else goes from Damien Eccles made scary drawings. Damien Eccles was a mentally ill person. Damien Eccles was scary. He mistreated animals. He had a very scary side. He read books about Aleister Crowley. This is totally garbage. These are not evidence. These are the kind of things you could present when you have zero evidence and you must persuade a court. Some calls that the CSI syndrome, because many people are in these last years starting to consider circumstantial evidence less and less important. But the truth is, since the introduction of serious forensic evidence in the legal system of United States, more than 70 people have been uh, made free from death rows due DNA evidence. That means that if science didn't allow courts to have new evidence, new sure evidence in the form of DNA forensic evidence, the United States would have legally state murdered more than 70 people. And that, why that? Because they put and they still put too much importance on circumstantial evidence, on witnessing unsupported by DNA, unsupported by fingerprints. Because people lie, because people make mistakes, because people wrongly recognize other people, because witnessing is often flawed due prejudice, due bad memory, due human mistakes. And when a court make a mistake and sentence a person to the death row, it is a state murder. It's not something you can fix. Very well, so head on for the next video.